let it rain, even if I pick it up. Would it not mean a thing when I think I'm not around? It makes me wanna scream. There's no one else here to save, so won't you set me free? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside this night? If I wake up in the morning, would I still be okay? And all the things that I left broken, would they get in the way? If you call me and I answer, would it be my mistake? Only time will tell me. What would you say? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Boy, that's my intention, leaving me here wanting more. If you keep me long enough, let me just go away and all the things that I left broken. Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to cry? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? You know I'll never leave. You know I won't deceive. Pick your head up off your shoulders and smile until tears smile to you leave. Will you cut me when I'm dirty? Will you bathe me in the truth? Say your name out loud and claim the reasons why you captured me. Do you believe? It's alright, I'm okay. Finding a reason, stole my eyes, touch my face. Hear me breathing, can this time take away things that I should say? In this doubt I find our way. It's to be there. We found our way. We'll talk about this later. Cannot believe it's through. Then I hear the moonlight give me time. My memory captures you. Do you believe? It's alright, I'm okay. Finding reasons, stole my eyes, touch my face. Feel me breathing, can this time take away
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Drinks with Dempsey, or as it were today, welcome to a very special edition of Cooks with Books. Not really, but I mean, I am cooking, and I'm actually doing something that I've never attempted before, and I'm really excited about it. So if you see these strange motions I'm making, it's because I have a roller in my hand, or hands. What am I rolling? What do you think I am rolling out right now that I've never made before in my life from scratch? What could it be? I think I should do a little contest real quick. The first person to guess it right will get a free autographed copy. I can't do Poseidon's Fury because I don't have them yet. I really should do that, but then you'll be waiting like 4 weeks because the boxes. No, you know what? I'll do a special order. I'll get one this week, and then I'll send it to you, and then I'll just get the rest later. So, if you are the first person to guess it in the comments, I will send you an autographed copy of Poseidon's Fury. James Slater will make a joke that, you'll get it in 6 months. Yeah, but you will get it. You will get it. So, what do you think I'm making? I see a lot of guesses are already in the comments there. Allison knows me so well with the tacos. I don't know what kind of tacos I would be making with a roller and an apron. Maybe brisket tacos, but why would I roll them? Oh, my camera isn't on tight enough on this thing. Let's see. Thank you, Keith, by the way, for this. I appreciate it. Yeah, all the help I can get over there on YouTube is great. And Norse Directive is currently uploading right now while we're doing this show. I managed to squeeze that in before we went live. But yeah, I was gonna make dinner, and I was like, I want to do this with my family here, like my wife and kid, but also my reader family. Thought it would be fun. And one of you mentioned that you liked going back and watching the Cooks with Books episodes. And so I thought, this will be fun to do. And it's a new project that I've never done before. So let's see if anybody got it right. Hello, Dr. Kelly and Ray and Cheryl and Keith. And how did Cheryl get it right so fast? Cheryl was the first to respond, and she is correct. I am making pasta from scratch. This is my second piece. I've got another piece right here on the flour sheet. So now, this one I think is ready. I'm going to set it down over here. I've got 2 more to go. And they take me a few minutes, so I figured, I'd do this while I was hanging out with you guys, my favorite crew. Just put a little flour on this guy over here. Now we got the next one. I did the pre-stuff already, like the mixing in the eggs and the flour and all that, and the olive oil. Keith, I like where your head's at with the gnocchi, though. Gnocchi. I've heard it said so many ways. I've heard legitimate Italian people say it, but I can't remember what they said. Gnocchi. I don't know. We did have Welsh tea cakes. Interesting. I would not know where to start with those, but now I'm kind of curious. Pierogies is a good call. Cinnamon rolls. I do like making cinnamon rolls, Ray, but I haven't made those in a while. Have I ever made those from scratch? Yes, but it's been a long time. When you first start rolling this sucker out, it's a little tricky. And then you just got to keep working at it because I don't have a pasta maker. I do have the KitchenAid thing over there. You can see it in the background. Where'd my family go? You guys didn't have to leave. You weren't bothering me. Okay. I guess they're gone. It was almost dinner at the Dempseys, and then it was like they just disappeared. So anyway, I was talking, I forgot. Play-Doh. Hello, Samnosh. Hello. Very good guess. I like that. Play-Doh has an interesting story, by the way. You know how that came about, right? Which one of you wants to guess that one? I don't really have a prize for that. Maybe I do. Maybe I'll give you a prize if you're the correct answer for how Play-Doh came about. It's pretty interesting, actually. It's a strange history. Which one of you can guess it? You all have Google, probably have ChatGPT. Which one of you can guess? We'll throw another autographed copy of Poseidon's Fury in there. And I trust that at least one of you will remind me to order those tonight so that I can get them in a few days, autograph them, and send them your way. So, tell me the history of Play-Doh. Why does it exist? How did it come about? I know the correct answer, so silly answers will not fool me. Well, you could include a silly detail and it'll fool me, but the general thrust of the story I know. It's pretty fun, actually. Thank you for all the hashtags, Allison. I appreciate that. Pie crust, I liked that guess, though. I have actually never made a pie crust from scratch because I've never made a pie. That's one of the things that Megan makes. Now, don't get me wrong. She doesn't make pies all the time. She just does it around the holidays. So she makes pies twice a year. But when she does, she goes from scratch. Yeah. Chicken pot pie. That's an interesting guess, Deborah. Yes, go Cheryl. Well, okay, there you go. I'm Irish American. So I'm a plastic patty. But I like to cook. And I like to try new things. And I was the other day like, man, I've never made pasta from scratch. I should totally try that. How hard can it be? It's actually not that difficult. I mean, the rolling part's kind of wearing on my wrists a little bit, but I figure, you know, if I just do this once a week or whatever, I could get pretty good at it and wrists will get stronger. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's way easier. Don't get me wrong. I'm still looking at that thing because it's like an attachment for a machine we already have. And I'm like, huh, that'd be pretty solid. Then you just feed it through a couple of times. You just pull it through like, and then it does this, but like in no time. I don't know though, there's something therapeutic about doing it the old-fashioned way. I picture like, you know, old Italian women in a village on a mountaintop, like 150, 200 years ago, doing this way. Because they didn't have, well, maybe they had pasta makers, but they didn't have them this, you know, like we have now. And so this is like getting back to the old world of doing it. Got a wooden roller, got a hard surface, and I'm just rolling away. And I like to watch it. I like to watch it roll and flatten out. There's something therapeutic about it. When you have attention deficit disorder like I do, it's nice to be able to focus on something for a little while instead of letting your brain just go a million places in a million miles an hour. See, I feel like I'm doing a Bob Ross cooking show. You can get a pasta maker machine. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. I might do it. We'll see. This is kind of nice though. Just, you know, hanging out with you guys, rolling away. Just rolling away. Cooking. Talking about books, talking about crazy stories. Just hit the tripod again, good one. Oh, well, crepes and pancakes are two different things. So like, I mean, at least here they are, because we have crepes also. You know, we've got those. I've made crepes from scratch and they're really good. Yeah, I need to do that again. Ooh, that's a good call, Allison. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, Allison. Yeah, crepes, you know, they're a little flatter. Pancakes are usually thicker, fluffier. You know that. Put maple syrup on them, a little butter. Some people put peanut butter on them. I've been known to do that now and then. But I like just buttermilk pancakes. Some people put chocolate chips in them. I'm looking at my kid on that one. So, see? Making great progress. Great progress. I want it real thin though, nice and flat. Wow, that's a lot of comments. Some clean thing. Yeah, that's what it was, Dr. Kelly. You're actually right. I think I'm gonna award that one, unless there's a better answer. But you actually got it right. That's what it was. So I'll tell you the story. It was actually unless somebody. Yeah, it was exactly. You both got it right. So maybe I'll need to order like 3 books. What's up, Kowalski? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a wallpaper cleaner, wall cleaner, and you know, they roll it on the walls. Interesting story, and it wasn't selling well. I can't remember what it was originally called, but not Simonized, but it was something weird like that. You know, because the branding back then was just terrible and everything, and they Simonized, a can of Simonized. So, by the way, y'all are gonna have to message me on Facebook, or well, if you're on YouTube, you might be able to message me over there. But message me on Facebook if you were one of the 2 winners, Cheryl, Dr. Kelly, and Keith. One of the 3 winners. Just be sure to message me your address so I can send you an autographed copy of Poseidon's Fury. So. Yeah, they were making. They had this thing that they were trying to make this wallpaper cleaner, and nobody wanted it. It felt kind of useless. And then the inventor of it sees his kid playing with it. Now we're getting. Oh, that is so nice and thin. Look at that. So this guy sees his kid playing with it and making things out of it. And he's like, wait a minute, I'm on to something here. My kid likes it. Maybe other kids will like it. Let some other kids play with it. Oh, they love it. So they start making it in different colors and all that. I'm paraphrasing the story, of course. But yeah, that's how it came about. It was a bad invention gone right. Pretty cool story. I love stuff like that. Like the one about the sugar, the candy stores in Gatlinburg. I love that one too. Nice bartender told me that story once up there in Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, at the Dreammore. I went in to give Dolly Parton an autographed book, and I ended up giving it to the bartender because the bartender gave me a great story. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Give me a great story. If I'm there with a book. Oh, I just got a fold in this one. I got a little careless. I'm still gonna go with it. It's gonna be fine. It'll cut right out. Yeah, you see? You see the progress? Put a little pinch of flour on this one. Dust it. Just dusting it. Getting a nice floury surface before I cut it. I've only got one more wad of dough to go, guys. And then we'll get to cutting. So now my fingers have flour on them. No big deal. I have an apron. The wallpaper cleaner, that's right. Yeah, don't forget cannoli, huh? That sounds like a mobster thing to say, Kowalski. Yeah, maybe. I might do that. Okay, so four. Well, look at this. I got to order 4 copies. You're going to have to keep me on top of that, Allison. Even though I know that you're supposed to be relaxing right now, aren't you? Aren't you supposed to be relaxing? Didn't we talk about where you're going to be? Relaxing and taking it easy. Oh, I didn't have to fold that last one, but I think I'm going to end up having to fold this one, which makes it harder. Whatever. Life is a series of challenges that we are meant to figure out. That's okay. Yes. And the little drying racks to hang the on. I'm not. Well, hi, Michelle. You're just getting here in time for the cooking part. Well, not really. That's still a few minutes away. And by a few minutes, I mean probably like an hour, because I'm not going to eat until 6:30. So I got time. But I did want to get these suckers rolled out. So, oh yeah, this one's going to have to be folded. It's so awkward. That's okay. More rolling. It's just more rolling to do. No big deal. Happy to do it. Just fold it up and do a little, like, like that. Looks normal on the top. Hey there. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you guys went. Huh?
We're making notes.
Notes? Well, all right. This pasta is turning out great.
It looks like it might.
I hope it tastes great.
I'm sure it will.
It better. And you put enough butter and oil on something, it's always going to taste good. An old shoe will taste good if you butter it up and fry it. Put a bunch of cheese on it. That was the one last week's rip-off comedy show that I went to, featuring Sarah Silverman and her boyfriend Rory, I think was his name. Worst comedy show I've ever seen in my life. I didn't laugh once. But he did have one thing kind of on point, and that was, here in the South, we put cheese on everything, right? And he was like kind of making fun of us, like we didn't get the memo that cheese isn't healthy or whatever. I'm like, yeah, us, Vermont, Wisconsin, more than half the country. No, the point is that we know it's not healthy. We just don't care because it's good. You know what else is unhealthy? That smog you swim around in LA. That's unhealthy. No, we're trying to push for EVs. Yeah, well, you know what else is unhealthy out there? The syringes on the beaches and sidewalks. So, I don't know. Meth's unhealthy, but y'all legalize that. So, make fun of us for cheese if you want to. In the end, I think we're winning. Making some grapes. Megan's cutting up grapes for our child. And soon I'm going to be cutting up, I don't know, fettuccine or whatever I decide to make here. Let's see, looking at the comments. Oh, that's an interesting, helpful factoid. I like that. Very nice. Oh, I missed some comments. Going back up now. Here we go. What kind of pasta am I making? Well, we will see. I was just thinking about that. Probably just like fettuccine. I'll just cut it up in long strips. I don't have the cutting thing for that, so I'm just going to use a pizza slicer. So they're going to be completely uneven. I mean, really, the easiest thing to do would be lazy lasagna, right? So like without the little crimping on the edges, you just have sheets of pasta. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut it up in thin strips. So probably just fettuccine. I mean, you can do bow tie. Bow tie is pretty easy. Just pinch it. So, what's on my hoodie? It's Han Solo. Never tell the Nashville Predators the odds. There you go. My buddy James Blatch would like it. Oh, I do like blueberries and pancakes, Carrie. Yeah, very much. That's my favorite. What happened? Seriously, can you imagine cleaning wallpaper? That would be almost as bad as cleaning toilets. See, your comedy's better than Sarah Silverman and Rory's combined. Dr. Kelly, I mean, seriously, that's funny. That's funny. I would pay to see that comedy. I will never again. Well, I didn't pay to see Sarah Silverman. My buddy paid. He wouldn't let me pay him back and offered. But, you know, I try to do nice things for people too. And, you know, then it all goes around. Rolling clay. Interesting. That's interesting. Rolling clay. Ooh, this one's taking nice shape. It's taking a little longer than the last one because I had to fold it, as I previously mentioned. No big deal. Yeah, I just don't know. Probably just, you know, fettuccine, if that answers that question. It's nice and thin. It's really, really good looking here. Oh, now I'm back. I'm almost caught up to the comments. Let us know when your next cooking with Dempsey will be. Oh, sous chefs. That would be nice. I don't really know what a sous chef does. I'm totally ignorant on that. I mean, I know the term. I've met sous chefs, but I didn't ask them, like, hey, what does that mean? What are you doing? Why are you a sous chef? Is that the one that makes the sauces and the soups? Or are they just like the executioner of the chef's ideas and plans, right? Like they just execute things. Like they're the doer. Is that what they are? I'm not giving away an autograph book for that answer. That's just a asking thing. I've already got to order 4 books apparently. 4. I still don't even have any of my own here, which is kind of strange and sad. I blame the publisher. Oh wait, that's me. It's because when I order them, I have to order a batch of them usually. I mean, I can order, the small batches will take shorter amounts of time. So if I order 4, they should be here by next week, like late next week. But if I order like 10 or 11, it takes them like a month. Oh yeah, no, maybe that's next week. Maybe that's next week's show. Yeah. Oh, I lost it again. Blast it. Blast it. What kind of sauce? So I do make a really good marinara sauce from scratch. But I think with this one, I don't want to drown out the flavor of this pasta. I really want to see what it tastes like. So I think all I'm going to do with this is butter and olive oil with some garlic and a little bit of Parmesan. Maybe a sprinkle of formaggio, whatever. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. Just oil and a little bit of butter and salt. It's got salt in it already, so. I will tell her that you said hello, but she's gone. Yeah. It's strange to see you in an apron tonight after the podcast last night. Did Kevin do a podcast last night? Why does he do a podcast on Thursdays? Seems like a strange time. I mean, Must See TV was on Thursday, so I guess that makes sense. But there's a lot of good shows on Thursdays usually, hence Must See TV, as there used to be. I don't really watch network television anymore except for sports. Maybe football and baseball, that's about it. Soccer. Football, baseball, and soccer. That's it. I haven't watched a network TV show in so long. I'm just now realizing that. Huh. Crazy. Fish and chips. Never tried this stuff. Can't do it. Fish, I don't like fish. I like tuna and salmon sushi, and that's it. I can't do cooked fish. But everybody talks about how good fish and chips are. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. What kind of fish do they use for that? Cod or something? Again, more things I could Google, but I'd rather you guys tell me. Cut squares and fill with butternut squash. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any butternut squash on me. It does grow rampantly here, though, in the summer. Spring and summer. I planted some in a little side garden a few years ago. It took over. So if you're planning for the apocalypse and you want to have plenty of food on hand, just plant some butternut squash. That stuff grows itself. I didn't even do anything to it. Just kept growing and growing. Then I tried to cut it up and picked all of it and whatever. No, it comes right back. And then the next year it came back like a perennial. I was like, what? Why is this growing again? I had a pumpkin that did the same thing in the front because we had pumpkins out there for, Halloween jack-o'-lanterns. I guess one of the seeds got fertilized. And then in the front of my house, I got a pumpkin growing the next summer. It was like, is it really that easy to be a pumpkin farmer? I mean, basically, not great soil, no fertilizer, didn't tend to it or anything, no pesticides, so technically organic. I'm what is pumpkin and squash? So the gourds are a good way to go. Beans also really easy to grow. I've grown beans before. Oh man, let's see. Grunt work, yes. Sous chefs do the hard work. That's what I wondered. There you go. Awesome. All the pasta tastes the same, no matter what shape. Yeah, there's truth to that, right? You would think that that's the case, but do different pastas use different recipes? I don't think so. I tend to agree with you, Keith, and I would like to subscribe to your newsletter. Keith's bowling and pasta recipe book. Yes, it doesn't go well on cereal, so I've heard. I haven't heard that. This is coming along nicely, this last piece here. Oh, yes. Almost donezo. Just going to get it a little thinner. Really stretch the dough. Want to make sure I do it right, Abraham Lincoln was talking about cutting down a tree. He said he would spend the first several hours or whatever sharpening the axe. That was probably the worst paraphrase of a great quote in history. You're welcome. So, I said in the title of this, I would talk about the strange things that are going on. We've gotten off track a little bit. It went right over my head, and I'm okay with that. Haddock, I don't know if I want to eat that kind of fish. Pasta. Hello, Ray Braun. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I learned that from Anthony Bourdain. Man, I miss that guy. I didn't know him personally. I just watched his stuff all the time. Great journalist, great writer, heart of a poet, terrific chef. I think one of my favorite episodes of him was when we went and saw Queens of the Stone Age out in the desert and hung out with those guys. That was really cool. I'm not a huge Queens of the, what did I say the other name was? Queens of the Stone Age? Yeah, that's right. Isn't that right? The name of their band? I'm not a huge fan of theirs, obviously. I can't get the name right. But a couple of good songs that I like. But I really liked that episode. I like the lifestyle that those guys live. Like, they all have muscle cars. They live out in the desert. They have a studio out there. They love to cook for each other. It's like a brotherhood. Really cool. And then they drive real fast around on the desert roads with their muscle cars. They have just this neat lifestyle. Queens of the Stone Age. It's an interesting name. It's a really interesting name. It's no Soul Crush, but you know, there can be only one. Yep, right over my head like a Chinese balloon. Yep, didn't catch it. So yeah, I don't know what to make about all these balloons getting flying over, and then the weird green lights in Hawaii at the end of I guess it was the end of like January 23 it happened, but I just found out about it. Partly because I don't pay attention. I've got my head down in fiction. Turns out life is stranger than fiction, isn't it? Got these like huge green lasers firing down from space. And we're just supposed to believe that it's like no big deal. Guys, nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Just carry on as if everything were normal. What are you talking about? This looks like, to the casual observer before you find out that it's a Chinese satellite, which is not really that much better, it looks like aliens are preparing to like land, you know? Like that scene at the beginning and the end of WALL-E, where the spaceship's coming down and all the lasers are like zeroing in on the landing place. That's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's what it was, because obviously we know it was a satellite doing that, but why were they doing it, and why are we not like saying, hey, spank, you can't do that? What are you doing? Government, nothing as always. We need government to make roads. Well, the deer don't have government, and they seem to get around just fine. I love that example. Yes, it is. Well said. I will be here Sunday morning, I believe. Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hello, Kathy Veglio. Yeah, I mentioned why we're never going to see that list, though. I mean, because it would unhinge the fabric of society as we know it, because there's a lot of people on that list that are in powerful positions. You know, what's going to happen when you find out the president's on there, the prime minister's on there, certain royals are on there. I'm not saying which royals, I'm just saying there's senators and congress people, parliamentarians, huge business people that run mega corporations. They're all on that list. So, never going to see it. I don't think I want to see it. Because when if that list got released, all heck would break loose. It would be total anarchy. People would revolt en masse. Hello, cat. Hey. So I did just get my first broom in Hogwarts Legacy. I got it last night while I was playing. I took the class on how to fly, and I really like that game. It's a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of people that are like screwing around on it, doing. Some people are funny. They're like testing how far they can go with certain storylines or certain actions. I just like playing through the quests. It's a lot of fun. You can super personalize just based on your style of what you would do if you were one of those characters in real life. There's a few little quirks, a few little glitches to it, things that they should probably fix, probably could fix with a patch, with an update. I imagine some of that will be addressed now that a bunch of YouTubers are pushing out funny content about mistakes and things in the design of the game. But Yeah. Got myself a cool little broom. I like flying around on that in that world. It's cool. Oh, this is done. I am donezo. Little pasta. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's raw egg in it. Not gonna do that. All right, perfection. Woo. Just gonna lightly flour this guy right here. Eat your heart out, Rachel Ray. Let me know when you start writing fiction books. We'll do a show together. I'm gonna close my flour container. Keep that flour nice and fresh. Nice and fresh. It does sound like a new novel, doesn't it? See you Sunday, Paul, or Michelle and Paul. Take it easy. Wait, did I see there was a book conference in Savannah this weekend? I did not. No. See you later, Michelle. It does sound like a new novel. News just reported a high school sensors dropped off their tracking when the Alaska target trigger happy paranoia. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you right now that that thing, when it got to, by the time it got shot down, it must have had 1 million bullet holes in it. I mean, it was flying along too high for anybody to shoot with a regular gun or whatever. Get the pizza cutter. But cleaned the dishes earlier today, so I have a clean pizza cutter. Cat, do you want some food? You're gonna have to wait. But if that thing were flying low enough for ordinary people to be able to shoot it, by the time it got to the coast, man, it flew through like every redneck state in the union, just about. Montana, maybe Idaho, Missouri, maybe Tennessee for sure. I'm redneck. I understand it. I get it. I'm from the South, so I'm not offending anybody when I say that. It's my people. Country folk can survive and shoot down balloons. At least they can try. I mean, I know there were probably a bunch of like duck hunters and stuff, like deer hunters on like sitting around like waiting for it. Oh man, Billy, this thing's too high. Can't get it. Oh, I'll get you. I'll look at that. I haven't looked at it in a couple days, so I will. Pip has his own book too. Great. I'm gonna grab a plate real quick. Whew. Oh, this is gonna be done just in time because I am getting hungry. Has his own book too. It's a prequel. Who's Pip? Alrighty. That piece is a little funny. This part's the tricky part. I guess I could use like a ruler to cut these straight. That would make sense, but I don't think there's one of those up in here. I can make do somehow. I can make do. Cat, I'm not feeding you right now. It's okay. You're gonna survive. You're going to live if you wait another 10 minutes. Okay, I got 10 more minutes in the show. Oh yeah, this is gonna work great. Perfect. Keep a nice straight edge. Oh yes, excellent, Dempsey. Man. It's gonna take a little longer. No big deal. No, it's fine. I was curious. Pizza cutter works. It does. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You can hear the ring of this thing. I kind of like that sound. It might be annoying to you, but just gonna keep snipping these along. That one got crooked because I hurried. I rushed a little too much. No judgment from myself to myself. These are not straight, but they're We're just gonna eat them. Look at that. Wild, man. I've never done this before. Excited about it. Use one knife blade. I thought about that. I've got the knife blade, but I'm having fun doing it this way. Gonna be fettuccine. Yeah. That's good. I'm making pasta here, Luke, from scratch. My first time. Looks pretty good. Not too shabby. Daddy's doing all right. Yeah, this is exactly how it's supposed to look. I mean, minus the uniformly straight edges. Doesn't have that, but you know, whatever. But he's perfect. KitchenAid, you're not perfect either. I'm just kidding. I love you, KitchenAid. They should buy an ad space on this show. I mean, I've got 19,000 people watching live right now. They should definitely buy ad space for this. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? I don't remember. There's one other topic I got to hit first. Spinach and artichoke lasagna. That sounds good. Yes, world famous Luke Richardson's here. It's whenever I click it against. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. This is itching. Oh, that looks good. How is the Get Great question? Paul, to answer your question, the online store, I'm going to have to switch it over to Shopify, which means I'm just going to have to switch my entire domain over to Shopify, which is annoying, but I'm going to do it because Squarespace's commerce platform is not the best for me. It's not, and for me, I mean like I'm not a person that's not great at that sort of thing. I need a easy plug and play solution. Gideon Wolf 3, I've been real slow the last week and a half. I wanted to have it done by today, and I just been too slow. No excuse. I did have some stuff I had to research on it. I had to do some additional planning on it, and so it's been slow, and that's okay. It'll be good. I don't know if it'll be out by the end of March or not. That would be a really tight release window because we're only 6 weeks out from that. So it may be April before it comes out. And I like to do end of the month releases, but I may have to do like a mid-month April release for that. So that's what it's looking like. I should have it done in I mean, I could finish it by next week. Let's see if I do. It's probably 2 weeks. I've just been so slow the last 10 days. That's on me. That is on me. I'm not blaming the cat at all, Allison. Yeah, life is happening, and I'm cooking. That's right. Well, I figure, I wanted to get 6 books out this year. And that's a hittable target for me in the pace that I can write. But I really have to stay focused and have a good outline. And it's hard. There's that noise. Deborah. I mean, this stuff looks excellent. I can't wait to eat it. Oh, okay. Matt had him on his show. That's cool. Allison told me about it, I think, and I just didn't get over there in time to see it. I was with the child, hanging out, so that's why. Yeah, this works great, and I am going to do this 3 times faster with the last 3 slices. Oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm pretty excited about this, y'all. This is going to be good. I didn't ignore you. I just didn't catch the reference. Partly because I'm focused. I'm totally focused on this right now. And it's hard for me to focus. So the fact that I'm focusing on this, kind of impressive. Oh, absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. How many other authors do you guys read that just do this on a Friday afternoon with their readers and friends? I can't think of any. Tomlinson? Stop it. Matt James? Maybe. Thacker? Not a chance. Kidding me? All Thacker knows how to do is push, pump out 1 million books in a month. Fastest writer in the world. Him and Tomlinson, they're both super fast writers. If I had their speed, Gideon Wolf 6 would be done already. I thought he was working on book 3. No, I love those guys. Y'all know that. They're all my friends. That's why I know I can joke around about them. And I expect they do the same about me all the time. Oh, that Dempsey. He's so silly making this pasta on his show when he should be talking about books and history and conspiracies. What a silly guy. Meanwhile, we're writing more books. He's cooking pasta. There's the sound again. All right. Yeah, this is going to be great. Now we're really rolling. Oh, we're almost done. 7 minutes to go. Dictation. Yeah, I do dictate a little bit, but I do it differently than he does it. Because how he does it is he dictates the stuff, which is great. It's hard. It's really hard to do that. It's a special skill. Nick's really talented to be able to do it the way he does it. But he has such a tight outline. He has a really good outline, and he's got a good story plan. And I kind of I have an outline and a plan, but it's not as tight as Nick's are. And so I struggle with it, but sometimes I do dictate, like while I'm out for a walk. But then I come back and I will actually transcribe it myself. So a lot of these guys will, they'll transcribe it. They'll have like Dragon Dictation or whatever, transcribe it, some kind of application. I actually do it manually. So I listen to myself talking and type through it. And that takes longer. That doubles the time, right? But not really, because then you have like a dictation software that does it. You get a lot of errors and typos and things that messes up. So I actually, doing it this way, I have way fewer typos. It's actually just real typos and not actually translation errors. So, and there are fewer typos when I do it that way. So, I like to do it sometimes. It keeps me productive when I can, so I can go for my walk, get in a little bit of fresh air and exercise, but keep working at the same time. So, it's good. Oh, I know he does. Luke Richardson's show. Luke has a good show for sure. I was on that show one time. Books and beer. Luke's my guy. I love all these guys that we're talking about, all these writers. They're all my friends. They're doing great things, each of them. Writing good stories. Each one of them doing their things their own way. And really proud of them. Say that like I had something to do with their success. I didn't have anything to do with it. I like to know that people that are working hard at their craft are doing well, and they're innovating and doing fun things, having their shows and all that stuff. It's great. Engaging with readers. Love it. I love it. Yeah, for real. I know. That's right, Ann. You got it. Whatever works for you. All right. I'm about done here. So it's about time to say goodbye for the weekend. For this week. Say goodbye to this week. We've had a crazy stretch of weather. It was 73 degrees here yesterday with tornado watches. And then a snowflake hit my windshield today while I was waiting in the parking lot to pick up my kid at school. So, well, February and March are a little crazy here. All good. My kid's working on her engineering project over there on the stairs. She created a zip line. Pretty cool. She's a cool kid. Oh yes, yeah. All of my crew is friendly. Tomlinson, Richardson, a lot of sons. Thacker, James, all y'all. I don't want to forget anybody. All good peeps. All trying to expand the experience for readers. That's the whole thing. That's why we all do it, right? Because it's one thing to write the book, but you want to get to know the person that wrote the book and share experiences with that person. Become friends with them. I've never become friends with Cussler or Barry or Rollins or any of those guys. The only chance you get to meet them usually is, at a bookstore signing or something like that. Sometimes they're on podcasts, but it's always the same interviews. I'm not bashing those guys, but it's always the same. They have those same answers they always give, same questions. That's why I like what I'm doing here with you guys, and why I like what Luke does and Matt and everybody else. I think it's cool. If I was a fan of Kevin Tomlinson, I'd want to hang out on his show. I mean, I am a fan, but I think it's cool. And I like hanging out with good people. You guys are all good people. Just rambling now as I cut this pasta. Yeah, Art is probably hungry. It's time. All right, y'all. The pasta, thank you for the recommendation last week. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, Jack Riley for sure. Sam Nosh. That's right. I know. Sam, I always do that. Sam's Historical Times magazine. I'm a subscriber. She does great stuff too, and is a good writer. Sam, I've pigeonholed you into Historical Times for some reason. Don't forget Sam. Thank you for that. Look at this. Look at that big pile. Ooh. I'm not gonna do it, but it sure smells good. All right, guys. That's it. Yeah, there. Sam, I apologize. I feel horrible, but absolutely right. Sam's books. Don't forget Sam Nash's books. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me, everybody, and joining me for this pasta making episode. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. This is a good process. And now I know it takes about an hour to do it. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'll see you guys on Sunday morning for coffee. Happy Sabbath, Kathy. And I'll see you then. Thanks, guys.